The brand new brawler Lola 1v1 versus every other brawler in Brawl Stars. How will she do? Spoiler alert, she deals more damage than stepping on a Lego barefoot. Ouch. We're going to take a look at her. I'll show you everything that she can do, and then we're going to pit her 1v1 versus every brawler in Brawl Stars. Lola is the chromatic brawler of Season 9, so she will be on the Brawl Pass at Tier 30. Now, if you want to guarantee that you'll unlock her, you'll need to purchase the Brawl Pass and reach that tier. And if you do purchase a Brawl Pass, be sure to use a creator code before you purchase any gems. And if you do, I would be forever thankful for you using code LEX in the shop. So let's take a quick look at Lola before hopping into the 1v1s so that you'll know her capabilities. Lola has 5,600 hit points at max level, so she's decently tanky for a damage dealer. Her main attack, called Diamond Eyes, fires 6 projectiles that deal 392 damage in a small cone. Now you can increase the damage of the last of the 3 shots by equipping her first star power called Improvise. This will boost the final round of ammo to deal over 500 damage per projectile. Now you'll know which one it is because the bar turns yellow on the last shot. Now, if you want to lend some support to your team, you can choose her second star power called Sealed with a Kiss. What happens with this star power is that whenever she has her super on the field, you can shoot at your teammates and it heals them for 100 health per projectile. The shots pass through them and can still damage the person on the other side, but it heals your teammate. So, damage dealer and support in one brawler. That's pretty awesome. Now, speaking of that super, it is a brand new mechanic in Brawl Stars where she spawns a reflection of herself. This reflection will mimic every move that you make. Whatever direction you shoot in, it will shoot that direction too. Now, for the most damage, you're going to want to place it right next to yourself or even right in front of you to act as a slight shield. One note on that reflection is that it is very slightly slower than Lola herself. However, if you get too far away from your reflection, or if you would just like to reposition yourself, you can use your gadget called Freeze Frame. This will freeze your reflection in place and give it a 75% damage reduction shield. Now, while she is frozen, you can move to the desired alignment, and when she comes out of the freeze, she will then follow you from that point on. Now, this gadget is insanely good for tanking, and she can still fire while frozen, so both Lola and her reflection firing out once is an insane, like literally insane amount of damage. With her first star power hitting all the shots from her reflection and Lola herself, you will deal 15,512 damage with 3 shots, which is enough to kill any brawler in the game, as well as destroy an entire heist save by herself in 20 seconds. Now that you know what Lola is working with, let's see how she does against all the other brawlers. Now, round 1 will be base level interactions. Round 2, supers will be allowed, and in round 3, anything goes, including gadgets. It's a best of 3, so the first brawler to win 2 rounds wins the match. Now, the Shelly interaction ought to tell you in itself just how strong her gadget is in certain situations. Combine that with the insane amounts of DPS that she deals, and you've got a lethal combination. Sure, Shelly did win the match, but I included that third one just so that you could see how good that gadget is right off the top. And her damage is illustrated quite well by just how fast Colt gets evaporated when Lola and her reflection are firing away. Now, Bull, of course, he just chewed right through the clone and Lola in 3 shots, and there are more brutes to come, like in this next set against the rare brawlers. As you can see in both the El Primo and Rosa fights, big tanks up close, and especially ones that have piercing damage, can get through Lola pretty quick. So if you're playing Lola, of course, always try to keep that range and use the gadget if a tank gets on you and then just move back a little bit so they can't get you and your reflection. Keep wailing on them and you've got a chance. Now, those were some really tough matchups for her, from the big boy tanks like Daryl to the piercing shots of Carl, but the tricky one that you're going to need to watch out for is Penny. That splash damage is going to be really tough if you're playing Lola. If you put your clone right in front of you, you're going to take the splash damage. Put it right behind you, and it's going to die really quick. So the best course of action if you're playing Penny is to put it right next to you. Now, your damage won't be all focused on one point, but you will have more width to the shot and more area denial. The super rares did pretty darn well, but how about the epics? The epics were kind of a mixed bag. Now, some brawlers like Frank had no issues at all, while other ones like Piper got completely stonewalled by that reflection. There were even some really close ones like BB, Edgar, and Nani. But overall, it was pretty even. But now it's time for Mortis and crew to see if they can steal the spotlight from Lola. Now, aside from Tara absolutely destroying Lola up close, she handled her business pretty well against the rest of the mythic brawlers without much issue. She was even able to chew through Mr. P's spawner and still kill him in time as well. Let's see how the legendary brawlers do. Spike gets completely erased. Crow loses even using his super from center. She can blast her way through Meg's bot with zero issues, and she has no problem putting Sandy right back to bed. Plain and simple, Lola is a beast, but there are one more set of brawlers to test out, so let's see how the Chromatics do against this absolutely insane brawler. While there were a couple close matches in there, all in all, Lola thoroughly dominated the chromatic brawlers as well. So there you go, Lola 1v1 versus every brawler in Brawl Stars. So just how good is Lola going to be? In a word, incredible. Lola is going to be an amazing brawler. She's got the range, the utility, the health, and the power to be a strong addition to almost any team and any game mode. From showdown to gem grab, if there's a Lola on the other team, you're going to need to be on top of your games. Now, I do think it's very possible she gets a nerf because I find her to be quite a bit strong, but Brawl Stars, as of late, has done a good job at balancing the brand new brawlers right out of the start. So maybe it's just me and I'm having a hard time judging because I'm playing against bots in the developer build and, well, bots be bots. But I don't know, just my gut feeling tells me that Lola is going to be a little overpowered and she's gonna end up with a nerf. So if you want to get a big jump on her from the start, get that brawl pass and get her up as quick as possible. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, until next time, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace out.